So I am 2 books behind schedule on my Goodreads goal, and I really want to do something about it. For the majority of 2023, I was either on track with my Goodreads goal or I was actually ahead of schedule, like 2 or 3 books. And I was reading at a really good pace and I was just enjoying reading and it was great. But then November came and for the first half of November, I just wasn't reading. I don't know why, I just didn't feel like it. And then I went to New York and that also aggravated the situation because I didn't read for a whole week. I actually brought a book with me, but I just didn't pick it up. Since I came back, it's been really hard to get into the groove of things and to read again. And I'm the first person to say, like, if you don't feel like reading, don't read and don't force yourself. And that was one of my main goals for 2023. And this vlog is not that because I really want to read, like I really do. And I'm enjoying the book that I'm reading right now, but I'm just not prioritizing it because I got out of the routine and it's just been really difficult to go back into that routine and to read every day. So that's what I really want to do. I want to get my groove back. I want to implement this routine again in my life where I read every day because I really enjoy it, and there are so many books that I want to read that I'm just doing myself a disservice if I don't read again, you know? And hopefully with all of this, I can catch up with my Goodreads goal and I won't be so stressed about it because, like, yeah, for the majority of the year, like I was saying, I was on track and now I'm not. And that obviously puts a little bit of pressure on me, but I also know that I can update my Goodreads goal and no one will die because of it, so I can always update my goal and just stick to the books that I've read so far. It's just, yeah, I want to read and I want to prove myself that I can get back into the routine. It's only been a month of me like being in this funk, but still it really affects me mentally because reading is not only a hobby, but it's an escape for me and I really need it. So I need to start prioritizing it more, and that's what this vlog is about. I'm just going to keep myself accountable a little bit more with this. Doing vlogs like this really keeps me on my toes, and I really want to give you updates on the books that I'm reading, so for that reason, I have to read. So that's what this is. First of all, what book am I reading right now? I am reading The Bandit Queens, and I've been reading this book for a while now, but I'm really enjoying it, and I'm on page right now 127, so I still have a little bit to go before I finish this book, but I'm really liking it so far, and I really like the characters, and I think they're really, you know, fleshed out and interesting. So yeah, I really want to finish this book. And then I also have a pile of books right there. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a whole pile of books that I would like to read this month. Today is the 8th of December, and I know that we're almost halfway through the month, and then it's the holiday season, and it's really chaotic, but I still really would like to read all of those books. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books there. So other than this one, I would like to read the majority of that, if not all of them. I know that some of those books have audiobooks on script, so maybe I will pick up an audiobook or two just to get through these books because I really want to read them. And also, most of them are for the book club because I've been really bad at doing that. So first of all, let's just get it out of the way because I don't like to talk about these books on my channel, but I do gotta acknowledge that I'm reading them right now. And yeah, I'm reading this one. It's a buddy read with friends, so yeah. And then I just have 4 books that are for the book club. This one I am already kind of reading it. I'm on chapter 4. So yeah, I still have a lot to go, but it's When My Bones Know, a memoir of healing from complex trauma by Stephanie Fu. And this is for the nonfiction baddies book club. And then the next book for the Nonfiction Baddies book club I know has an audiobook, and I'm probably gonna pick up the audiobook. And that is Word Slut, A Feminist Guide to Taking Back the English Language by Amanda Montell. And yeah, I think I'm gonna pick up this audiobook and just read some of it physically while listening to the audiobook. I really like to do that, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then for the 20-something book club, we have, well, first of all, we have Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas. And yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. And I think this is going to be a pretty, like, quick read because it's probably, like, really fast-paced, and also the chapters are small, at least from what I see. So yeah, I need to get to this book because this is a very old pick from the book club that I still haven't read because I didn't have the book physically with me. And then the last one, which is also for the 20-something book club, and this also has an audiobook, so maybe after I read or listen to Word Slut, I'm gonna pick up this one, and it is The Book of Mother by Violaine Hussein. I am not sure how to pronounce that, but also really excited to read this one. This one is pretty short, so I think, yeah, those are the books that I want to read before the end of the year. And in this vlog, I don't know if I'm gonna do like more vlogs in this series of like getting back into my groove of reading. I have no idea, but yeah, if I don't, these are the books that I plan on reading, and you can go see my Goodreads if I read them or not. But right now, The Bandit Queens is definitely my priority, and yeah, in this vlog I would like to finish it and give you my opinion on the book. So yeah, right now I do have, like, this was not the best time to start filming this because I do have to run some errands, but when I come back, oh yes, I will read. I will make a really cozy environment in my living room, and I'll make a cup of tea. I'll put like a fireplace on the TV, which I love to do. And yeah, it's just gonna be great. So root for me, please. I guess that's it. Do I have anything else to say? I don't think so. I swear I'm gonna read after this, but now I just need to watch the Joe Bros. So I am here to talk about my reading progress since yesterday. So like I said yesterday, I am focusing on physically reading The Bandit Queens, and I also yesterday picked up the audiobook for Word Slut. So first, talking about Word Slut, I am almost halfway, and yeah, like I said, I'm listening to the audiobook, so I've just been honestly flying through it. And also with The Bandit Queens, I think exactly halfway, or I'm like a few pages almost halfway, I don't know, but I read maybe like 40 pages yesterday, which was good. And now, just because I want to talk and do this at the same time, I'm gonna put on a face mask, and I really hope I don't get messy with this because this is a really dark black face mask and it honestly gets everywhere, but I'm gonna try my best because I've been eating a lot of chocolate and my skin is just not agreeing with it. I really hope it doesn't show on camera, but yeah, my skin is just not the best, so hopefully this will help me in some ways. So let me just start applying it and then I can start discussing the book. As you can see, this is really dark. So for Word Slut, I am really liking the audiobook. I think it's narrated by the author as well, which I always appreciate, and I just think it's a very interesting take to kind of analyze the language we use. It's mostly focusing on the English language, but sometimes it talks about other languages as well. But it's basically talking about the language women use and that we use to describe women and to categorize them, I guess. So far it's really interesting, and I am also really liking the fact that as of so far, it's pretty inclusive of all genders and all genders like kind of perspectives on the matter. And also it talks a lot about different ethnicities, which I always appreciate as well. So it's a pretty well-rounded book so far, which I like because it's by a white author, so you never know, I guess. And I'm also really liking how witty and funny the book is, because obviously the matters, if I told you it was a book about linguistics, you would probably think it's a boring book, but I am not finding it boring at all because of the way it is written. It's written in a really interesting way, and that's one of the reasons why I'm flying through the audiobook, because it's just so entertaining to consume so far, even though it's kind of like talking about scholarly and boring stuff, you know? So I'm really liking it so far, and I am probably gonna finish it in a few days time, most likely. And then for the Bandit Queen, I'm also really liking it. I really like the dialogue between the characters, and also our main character is just a badass, honestly, and I really like her. And I never really mentioned what the book, oh my god, what is happening here? I never really mentioned what the book is about. So basically it's about this woman in India, and one day her husband just disappears out of nowhere, and obviously people start questioning what happened, and they start assuming that she killed her husband. But she also doesn't know what happened to him, but she kind of plays along with the gossip and just says like, yeah, sure, I killed him, whatever. But then the women in her village, because of that rumor, start approaching her and being like, hey, do you mind killing my husband because he's a horrible piece of shit and he treats me like garbage? And she helps one woman, and then it just kind of follows from there. And yeah, so far it's really interesting. Like I said, I really like our main character. I think she's so interesting to follow and she's so badass. And yesterday I was reading, I think it was probably the last chapter I read, where someone kind of approached her and was like, I think I know where your husband is. And now I'm just so interested to know what happened there, because he kind of left out of nowhere and never said anything to her. And yeah, I'm just really interested in knowing that side of the story. And actually yesterday I tabbed a quote here that I think just summarizes the book really well, and it is one of the other characters who is called Saloni, and she's saying to Gita, who is our main character, and she's saying, because we're middle-aged housewives, who's more invisible than us? We can get away with murder, literally. And yeah, it's so interesting because that's exactly it. They're invisible to society, and they are also the last people someone would think would kill their husbands or would be the reason that their husbands died. So that's why this is such an interesting concept of a book, and also the fact that a rumor kind of starts this bigger movement of women kind of going against their husbands who are very abusive to them. So yeah, really liking this so far. I'm gonna continue reading after this. And before I go, because this is still setting and it's still not solid everywhere, but I just wanted to have a little ramble because I've been thinking about this a lot, and yeah, I just feel like talking, honestly. I like doing reading vlogs like this one, for example, but I just feel like my reading vlogs are pretty boring because I just spend all time at home. I always hesitate to start a new vlog because I know I'm not gonna have anything interesting to show you other than just like little clips around my house and just me talking like I am right now. So there have been so many reading vlogs in the past that I have scrapped because I just thought it wasn't interesting enough. I wasn't showing you around enough. Having reading vlogs where I don't leave the house, I just feel like it's boring and people don't really care, and it would be maybe more interesting if I went to a bookstore and I picked out a book and I went to, for example, see the Christmas lights and I showed you that. I don't know, I am always kind of like debating, is this interesting? I'm doing a face mask at home, is this interesting? I don't know. I woke up today and I really thought of scrapping this vlog because I'm not going anywhere interesting today. I'm not going anywhere interesting tomorrow. So what's really the point? So I don't know. And I also know that my reading vlogs, like the substantial part of the vlogs and why people are interested, are my opinions on books. So I don't know. I just been thinking a lot about the content I want to make, and I like reading vlogs, but at the same time, when I don't have anything interesting to show you, I just feel like it's a boring vlog and I shouldn't even bother making it. So yeah, that's my thought process at the moment. I'm really confused. I don't know what I like to do and what I don't like to do, and it's just very hard to know what to do. But anyway, I feel like this is already pretty solid right now, so I'm gonna take it off. And before I go, I never really showed you the face mask that I'm using, but I'm using this Ordinary one and I really like it, at least for my skin, which is pretty oily. It works really well because it kind of dries your skin out, and I've been breaking out, so that's great. So I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna go read a little bit more of The Bandit Queens. So today I'm really proud and happy to say that I finished The Bandit Queens last night. I think I read like 150 pages in one sitting. I couldn't stop reading and I was just so in the zone, which is what I wanted from this vlog, so I'm really happy. I should have taken out the book because I already put it in my bookshelf, but here it is. And also I don't really like this cover. I prefer the US cover, but this is the UK one and it's the one I got, so yep. And I really liked it. I ended up giving it a 5-star on Goodreads, but it's a 4.5 for me. It's a really good book. It kept me on edge the whole time, especially the part that I read yesterday. It was just like each chapter something happened and I just had to read, so that's why I ended up finishing the book last night. And there was a twist at kind of the end of the book that I really wasn't expecting, which was nice because I like to be surprised by like plot twists. And now that I think of it, it's kind of a basic plot twist, to be honest, but I just really didn't see it coming, so that's always good. I really like the female characters in this book, not only our main character, but I feel like in the second half of the book the other female characters around the main character also like are more, I guess, important to the story. They were so funny, and just like the dialogues between them were so just like funny and entertaining, and the things they would say to each other. Sometimes I would actually laugh out loud because the humor in this book is pretty dark, but I like it sometimes. So yeah, I finished The Bandit Queens, which I'm really happy to say. When I sat down with the book, I really wasn't expecting to finish it last night. I was like, oh, I'm gonna read like maybe 50, 100 pages. And then I ended up finishing the book and reading half of it, which was great. So another book down, and I already updated my Goodreads goal yesterday when I finished this book, and now I'm only one book behind schedule, which is great because I feel like I'm going to finish this one pretty fast as well, because this is an audiobook and I'm getting through it pretty quickly and I'm really liking it as well. I didn't listen to more chapters of this yesterday after I updated you, but maybe today I'll have a chance to listen to a couple more chapters. So I'm still almost halfway. And then for physical reads, because I finished The Bandit Queens, I want to start something else, and I'm going to start Vampires of El Norte. I already took the dust jacket off. This book is very like not appropriate for the season we're at right now, but I was supposed to read this in October and I didn't get to, so now I just have to read it because it's for the book club and we need to discuss it. So yeah, I'm gonna start this one maybe today. I still haven't. I only put the bookmark in, that's it. And yeah, I guess those are my reading updates, and now I am actually about to leave the house because we still need to do some Christmas shopping. It's pretty early, like we still have a lot of time to do that, but honestly I just want to get it over with, and I do have time right now, so we're gonna go shopping. Maybe I'll get some Starbucks, which is exciting. And yeah, I guess that's it. And then later hopefully I'll read or listen to the audiobook, not sure yet, but I'll update you later.
Three days later.
Hello, so it's been a few days and I didn't vlog these past few days, but now I'm here to close out this vlog because I have successfully finished another book. I finished the audiobook today and I really liked it. I tabbed a whole bunch and there are still some things in some chapters that I probably will go back and reread it physically just so I can underline more things, because sometimes while listening to the audiobook I couldn't just run and grab this book and underline it sometimes. So yeah, I have to go back and reread some parts, but I really liked it. I think it's a really great analysis on language, and I just thought it brought up a lot of really important issues that I hadn't thought about before. And also the audiobook is really fun and the author's funny, and I really like the narration of the book, and honestly it's just a really great book overall. Honestly, I still haven't taken out my bookmark out of here, but yeah, I finished it. I think this is a 4.5, and I'm definitely gonna recommend this book to more people because I feel like everyone can get something out of this, so that's great. And with that, I can show you on my phone, but I am on track with my Goodreads goal. Can you see that? Can you see that? Yes. So I am 70 books out of 75. So I still have to read 5 books before the end of the year. And now, like I said before, I'm gonna pick up the audiobook for this one, for the Book of Mother. And I'm gonna continue reading Vampires of El Norte. I'm still in the first few chapters, I gotta say. We've been doing a Star Wars rewatch, so that has been taking up a lot of my time. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading Vampires of El Norte and also the Book of Mother on audio. Then I'm reading Harry Potter, like I showed you before. And I still have, oh yeah, What My Bones Know to finish. I'm still at the beginning of that one, but I now feel like I'm a little bit more on top of things, and that makes me want to read more for some reason. So hopefully I'll finish all of these books by the end of 2023 so I can reach my 75 book goal, and also because a lot of these books are for the book clubs and I need to read them because we need to discuss them, obviously. So, and just before I go, when we went shopping the other day, I ended up picking up this really cute 2024 planner, which is like Monet inspired, and I love it so much. I just wanted to show you guys. I wasn't going shopping like looking for a planner, but I do need one, and it was pretty like relatively cheap, so I just decided to get it, and I love it so much, and has like a little space for your pen or pencil, and inside is just like the right organization for me because it has a lot of space for you to write. My camera ran out of battery, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.